Good evening, everyone. It is nightly Newsy News just with Mo tonight. Friberto is not feeling well. I am not sure what he got into. He was doing a bit of the dumpster diving. So he is taking a nap, taking it easy, and hopefully will not be vomiting because that is not a great thing. Good evening, feral housewife. Be safe while you drive. I hope everyone is staying safe and warm and hopefully, well, just safe and warm. Let's not overwhelm 2024. Hello, Will Call Magic and everyone on Rumble. It should be coming up at some point soon. Let's hope, for the love of Cheetos. I have no idea what's going on with Rumble anymore, ever. Sometimes it links up, sometimes it doesn't. It really is one of those things. So let's get going on the news. If you would like to know what kind of cell phone case you need in case you are on, an airplane that just happens to suddenly decompress at, 16,000 feet, they're releasing that information. So you can get your cell phone, or at least your Apple phone, I believe, completely protected, just like this person's phone was. The exact phone case that survived a 16,000-foot drop from Alaska Airlines flight is revealed. Welcome, HT and Eris. Thank you for doing all the modly mod things. I always appreciate it, and Fry appreciates it too. Let's see. This phone case is taking indestructible to a new level. An Oregon man was stunned when he discovered an Apple iPhone that had survived a 16,000-foot plummet to the ground from an Alaska Airlines flight earlier this month, but was even more shocked when that device was completely undamaged. Quote, I found an iPhone on the side of the road, still in airplane mode with half a battery and open to a baggage claim for hashtag Alaska Airlines flight ASA128, Sheen Bates wrote on, or Sean, Sheen or Sean, and good evening, Wolfram, on X, where he posted the image of a nearly perfectly preserved phone. Survived a 16,000-foot drop perfectly intact, he added. Now the exact phone case to prevent damage to the smartphone which flew out of the plane has been revealed. Please let it be an OtterBox, which is what I have. Probably not. Slinky, it doesn't even look like an OtterBox. The phone case manufacturing company Spigpen shared a reply to Bates' original message, writing, quote, mystery solved, it was us, along with text and photos confirming the case was on the phone. Spigpen said the exact case is a cryo armor case, which is sold for $65 on the manufacturer's website and just $25 on Amazon. Well, there you go. For $25, you too can possibly have your phone sucked out of an airplane and survive. Look, I'm like 87. The brand said the case has, quote, military-grade certified drop protection via air cushion technology, which could explain why the iPhone survived the 16,000-foot drop. The phone was one of two found after the door plug inside the Alaska Airlines Boeing 7379 MAX airline broke mid-flight January 5th, forcing the plane to make an emergency landing. Since the incident, the Federal Aviation Administration has since grounded Boeing's 737 MAX 9 airplanes for inspection. But remember, they are also wanting to, hire a bunch of people who may be blind, deaf, and possibly limbless. So, it is the FAA. Ooh. Let's see. Spigen fans, however, were relieved to know their phone could stay safe even in a catastrophe. Quote, as a lifelong satisfied Spigen user, I am glad to hear my phone is safe even if it falls out of a plane, one fan shared on X. So there you go. Hello, MLS. There you go, Sal. The best ads are the ones that are unintentional, added another fan who cited the Stanley Cup that survived a burning car and still had ice in it. Another person even went as far as buying the case knowing it can protect smartphones from a fall from the sky. Quote, just bought the Aero Armor case in red, hashtag influenced. So there you go. If you want to protect your phone from, catastrophic depressurization, there you go. That is the phone case for you. You know it will. Now, what I really hope to see is a bunch of, soccer moms elbowing each other in Target to get these things. Don't disappoint me, 2024. I want to see soccer moms getting all rowdy in Target. In other news, Hulk Hogan is having himself a year, got a hot new wife and everything. WWE legend Hulk Hogan helps a teenage girl after a car flipped upside down in a scary crash. WWE legend Hulk Hogan helped a teenage girl out of her car after it flipped over during a scary accident Sunday night on a highway in the Tampa area, according to multiple reports. The 70-year-old was with his wife, Sky Daly. Okay, y'all, I don't mean to say nothing, but I swear to goodness, that is a stripper name. I mean, who names is that a real name or is that her, stage name? And if that's your real name, ma'am, congratulations. That's an awesome name. Don't come at me, Hulk Hogan. I'm asking for a friend who happens to be imaginary and named me. And a friend, Jake Brask, when they saw the car flip after it was clipped by another vehicle, TMZ Sports first responded. Photos obtained by TMZ Sports show Hogan and Rask with a 17-year-old girl near her car, which was completely upside down. The girl was rattled by the ordeal, according to Daly, but appeared okay. Quote, last night after we left dinner in Tampa, we saw a car flip in front of us. I truly admire my husband at Hulk Hogan and our good buddy at Jake Rask for sprinting into action, puncturing the girl's airbag and getting her out of the car quickly. Daly wrote on Monday on her private Instagram. You know, what was the world like when we didn't rush to Instagram to tell everybody about our achievements? When we had to go on the telephone and such? No idea. By all appearances, she was unscathed, just really rattled, which is an absolute miracle. Yeah, that car is completely upside down. Ma'am, no one's gonna take him. Look, he's still Hulk Hogan, but you don't have to cling on to him like a barnacle. The wreck happened at exit 2A on Veterans Expressway going towards Clearwater. The Tampa Police Department told Fox 13, we're just glad she's okay and God put us here at the right time, Rask told Fox 13. Hogan married Daly, his third wife, in September. He is perhaps the most recognized professional wrestling star in the world, having pushed wrestling's popularity to new heights in the 1980s and 90s. Yapes. Well, I'm glad she's okay, and I'm glad he was able to help. Well, yeah, look. The WWE released Hogan from his contract in 2015 after audio from a Smexy Time tape revealed him uttering, well, a gamer word, saying he was racist to a point. He apologized for his remarks, and he will no longer be able to eat Papa John's pizza. No. Salbert, I was trying to ignore you like I do my kids when they're doing bad stuff. I swear to God, I am in a house full of I'm in a house full of people trying to distract me. Hogan was reinstated to the WWE's Hall of Fame in 2018 when Vince McMahon realized he needed more money and appeared on WWE television as recently as last January. I'm sorry, Sal, I don't know 12-year-old boy. I'm sure I'll get very acquainted, though. I know, but Mr. Mo was over here trying to distract me, and it's been a day. It's been the Monday Tuesday of the week. I hate when you get a long weekend and then Tuesday feels like Monday. We should just have the whole week off. It really just feels like we should just go and have the whole shebang off, but in other weirder news, a woman allegedly seeking revenge on cop both were dating destroys home and steals single shoe from 20 pairs. As you do. Two women in Michigan, one of whom is an officer with the Detroit Police Department, are accused of exchanging dozens of text messages showing that they planned and executed a home invasion in which they stole and destroyed tens of thousands of dollars in property as a means of seeking revenge on a man, himself a police officer, who was dating both of them simultaneously. Have y'all never just heard of going out and having a bunch of margaritas and watching Waiting to Exhale? I mean, do you have to go with felonious, like burglary? I mean, one of you's a cop, but okay. I mean, let's continue. The text conversation allegedly happened last year between suspended officer Brianna Cabano, 29, and Colleen Crompton, 30, both of whom were charged by the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office with one count each of second-degree home invasion, second-degree conspiracy to commit home invasion, malicious destruction of property between $1,000 and $20,000, and larceny in a building. Yes, my entire house is full of art tarts. All of them. And these two, well, mental giants. First of all, you, as a cop, should know not to conspirarize on text messages or burgle or conspiratorize to burgle. You know, all those things. One shouldn't do that. Thank you, Eris. I needed it today. Fribert has not been feeling well. I've been keeping an eye on him. I've been trying to keep things clean. And it has been all the crazy. Prosecutors on Wednesday presented the messages during a preliminary hearing for the two women, arguing the messages show that the duo broke into the home of then-suspended Officer Otis Funchess Jr. Okay, ma'ams, both of you were fighting. We are not sure. It was dumpster diving of the greatest caliber. Fry is a great dumpster diver, so we are not sure. Okay, but ma'ams, you are both fighting to be the next Mrs. Funchness or Funchess, ma'ams. No, I only laugh because I've only been doing this show about 6 months, so everyone in my family knows that, like, from 7 to 8, I do this, and I've done this to try to give them kind of a a good basis to where mom will be busy so they know, "Hey, like, mom is always busy during this time." But y'all were fighting over a dude named Otis. Fun chess. Aim higher, ladies. I mean, you won't be aiming for anywhere male related for a while, allegedly, if you're proven guilty. Okay, that's really good. All right, I will remember that. Thank you. Right now, he's just kind of napping and but again, you both are fighting to be Mrs. Funchess. So I really and he's suspended too. So really, what the heck, you guys? Uh Funchess was reportedly suspended after allegedly pleading guilty to assaulting Cabano in 2021 and receiving a deferred sentence. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Good to know. I do not want other endings. No, no. To be fair, and she is a woman, but you go into my house and you wreck my entire house and you destroy my house, we may have issues, okay? According to the report, DPD Detective Joanna Goodall testified about the contents of the alleged messages during the proceeding. Goodall reportedly told the court that the messages began April 8th and showed that the two women were, quote, seeking revenge, end quote, again against Fun Chess for sleeping with the two of them at the same time. Fun Chess, at the time of the alleged break-in, was reportedly living with Crompton, but had recently engaged in the smexy time with Cabano. Crompton stated they would make an entrance through the window, destroy the property, and get back Cabano's chain, Goodell reportedly testified during the preliminary hearing. Other items they allegedly discussed taking included a PlayStation 5 gaming console, a television, a camera, and a laptop. Compton also allegedly told Cabano they had to remember to, quote, buy 2 liters of Coke so they could be poured on the bed. Goodell Chiblets. These women are, look, never piss off a woman. They will go full on like destructinator mode on you, reportedly told the court. A third woman, 22-year-old Dana Sears, was also suspended as a Detroit police officer, was reportedly mentioned as well. Does Detroit have any police left after this incident? Uh, did Mr. Fun Chess have the golden twig and berries? Was this like the female police officer that dated the entire department? And when I say dated, I mean in the biblical sense. Yes, he apparently did.
Dad, when we have this ice cream.
I'm very glad your father let you have ice cream.
I took one of your food.
Let's see. Cabana reportedly told Compton that they could use Sears's truck to transport whatever was taken from Funchess's home to not allow anyone to recognize their cars. Sears was also arrested in connection with the alleged home invasion. She chose to waive her preliminary hearing after being charged with one count each of home invasion, malicious destruction of property, larceny in a building, and accessory after the fact to a felony, prosecutors said. Funchess had previously provided sworn testimony stating that when he arrived home on April 11th, the furniture in his living room was covered in red juice. His laptop and hard drive had been soaked in bleach. The screen of his $800 television had been broken. His bedroom mattress was covered in a red substance. The Macomb Daily reported he was also allegedly missing a $6,200 camera and equipment and more than $1,000 in clothing. In a particularly diabolical move, Funchess also reportedly testified that the thieves took a single shoe from more than 20 pairs that he had in the home, rendering them all useless. These heifers took all of his left shoes. And look, allegedly, I am not condoning this, but that one bit is funny. Taking all of his left shoes is funny as hell. That is a Lilo. No, that is a Stitch move from Lilo and Stitch. Everything else is just pure evil. But taking all of his left shoes, that's hilarious. Don't do it, but that's funny. That's effing hilarious and genius. I mean, everything else is criminal damages, but taking all of his left shoes, that's effing. I mean, that is. We here at Duct Tape and Holy Water Productions do not condone any criminal theft, regardless of hilarity or gutbustery. Macomb County District Court Judge Kathleen Toko this week will rule as to whether the charges against the women will be bound over to the courts or the county's circuit court for trial. Quote, as prosecutors, it's our duty to hold all individuals accountable for their actions, regardless of their profession or position of authority, Macomb County Prosecutor Peter J. Lucido said in a statement after the defendants were arraigned. Quote, the crime of home invasion is a serious offense, and the fact that the defendants in this case are police officers only amplifies the severity of their actions. We will pursue justice with the utmost integrity and impartiality, ensuring that the law is upheld and justice is served for the victim of this crime. I mean, look, I'm just wondering if Michigan has, well, if Detroit has any officers that are not currently suspended after this whole thing went down. And who had the idea to take all the left pair of shoes? Because I just need to know, because that shit is hilarious. Allegedly. Don't come at me. In, well, Wisconsin news, because we know Wisconsin is, well, just the best place ever. University of Wisconsin chancellor fired for making online vegan cooking prawn with his wife. Lost friends but stands behind the video. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to wank, sir. I don't know if you're supposed to stand behind the videos to watch them, but there you go. I don't even know what vegan prawn is, but holy Jesus, I'm going to find out. University of Wisconsin chancellor, who was fired for filming X-rated movies with his wife and sharing the adult content online, says they have lost friends and have been forced into difficult conversations with relatives. No, Meemaw. No, Meemaw. It wasn't, it was sensual cooking, not Szechuan cooking. No, Mima, I don't want you to go watch my cooking video. No, Mom, I really am very proud of myself. Veilhammer, I'm sure we will all learn and be cringed out of our minds. Uh, UW lacrosse chancellor Joe Grow, are you kidding me? 63 was suspended in December after it was revealed that he and his wife Carmen Wilson, 56, led a double life as prawn stars. Oh. In videos on their Sexy Healthy Cooking YouTube channel. Oh my God. Looking this up later for science. Not becoming a vegan for any reason. Look at what it does to people. Hey, Aaron Olivia. And welcome, Veilhammer. I'm sure we will all learn about what smexy veganism is. The couple cooks vegan meals with well-known adult film stars before viewers are directed to other websites like OnlyFans to view explicit content. Well, that's one way to grow your audience. Grow and Wilson, who are described on their websites as a, oh God, ooh, quote, as a quote, passionate plant-powered couple cooking, conversing, shooting extraordinary sex scene with top adult stars. I think I just had a little in my mouth. Suspect someone recognized them and alerted the university, hopefully from your cooking channel and not your other channels. Good God. They told the Times UK, quote, we were really stunned. We were just really stunned with how quickly the videos became popular and had over 1 million views, Wilson, a former psychology professor, told the paper. Wilson admitted it was, quote, a little bit strange, end quote, keeping such a large secret. The couple had only made videos as a hobby since they wed in 2014. I can't. What is going on? Look, I blame CERN for this. Why couldn't we go with the timeline where T-Rexes, where we had, T-Rexes with the fun little hat from, oh gosh, Little Wonders or whatever it was, the freaking Disney movie where the little T-Rex could talk. What the heck is wrong with people? Quote, I wouldn't say I'm glad it's out, Wilson conceded. The family reaction is a challenge. I called my mom and she wasn't super excited, so that's not easy. Yeah, it's never the proudest day in a mother's life when she realizes that people are paying to see her son schmeckle online. For her husband, whose actions are described by his former employer as abhorrent, there has been a noticeable shift in how he's treated. 2 days before the story broke, their local paper was going to name Grow Person of the Year, but quickly scrapped that article to write about him being fired, he said. Quote, it's fascinating. Before this, I was someone you admired. Now I'm someone who is reviled. It's really an unusual thing, he told the UK Times. Some people we talk to are curious, and others are like, I'll never talk to you again. It's been very saddening to see some people abandoning us. We've lost friends. Grow, who held his role for 17 years, insists he never mentioned his job in the video, which he and his wife say they created in their spare time and while on vacations. While the reaction from many has been discouraging, the porn industry has welcomed the couple with open arms. Silver lining. They say when God closes a door, he opens the adult film entertainment center. Quote, people in the industry have been reaching out to us to invite us to work with them, so that's really refreshing. Y'all better get it tested for gonorrhea dermatitis, okay? The couple who have co-written several books under pseudonyms about working in the porn industry are considering future opportunities within the field. Well, I guess they've got that whole professor thing down pat. I don't know that I'd be really super de duper excited. Never mind. Uh, they also hope their story inspires the topic to be discussed more freely on college campuses. Let me think. A topic that isn't freely discussed on college campuses. Prawn and smexy times. Yup, that's definitely something that no one talked about when I was in college. It was all the rosary, the Bible, you know, morality, modesty. Definitely not prawn in the sexy time. Quote, we have learned so much going through this experience, which would be really interesting to talk about in a class, Go said. I'd be eager to talk to other universities who have an open mind about this. Have you thought about California or Seattle? Quote, most college students are looking at prawn, so why shouldn't we be talking about it? When everyone settles down, I would hope that they would understand that this is a very interesting, legitimate, and important area of study. Believe me, I am sure that having 3 feral young boys, there will be hours of study in their teenage years. And I don't think they'll need to go to college to get it. But your view is certainly special, sir. I think in time people will see that this was a great academic direction to go. Y'all, I can't. What the actual hell is I just So there you go. They make smexy vegan meals with adult stars, and then they go have smexy vegan times on OnlyFans. I might have to start doing this. I think 2024 is carb loading for a marathon, and I'm getting afeared because this is only day 16. And what the hell, 2024? In more wholesome news, if one could, you know, actually, yes, Bonnie and Clyde is definitely more wholesome news after what we just read. Reunite Bonnie and Clyde. Robbers' relatives want the duo to be buried together 90 years on. Yes, after what we just read, I say let's let these two lovebirds decay together. Bonnie and Clyde's reckless love affair and bloody crime spree through America's Depression-era Southwest made them virtual folk heroes, the Romeo and Juliet of the 20th century with a passion for killing. Now, 90 years after their fatal ambush by lawmen in Louisiana, 2 of their relatives are pushing for Bonnie Parker to finally be reunited with Clyde Barrow in the vacant plot reserved for her at his side. Bonnie, who was 23 when she died on May 23rd in 1934, was originally buried in Dallas's Fish Trap Cemetery, just a mile from 25-year-old Clyde's gravesite at Western Heights. But 11 years later, she was moved to Crown Hill Memorial Park to be buried next to her mother, Emma, who died in 1945. But that is not what Bonnie and Clyde wanted. Quote, Bonnie and Clyde's wish when they were on the run was to be buried together because they knew that one day they would be captured and killed together, a source close to the two robbers' surviving descendants told the Post. But Bonnie's mother decided she didn't want her daughter buried next to Clyde. It was her proclamation that Clyde had her in life, he can't have her in death, and Mama won out. The source confirmed that the two relatives of the outlaw, Ray Lean Linder, Bonnie's niece, who turned 89 in October, and Buddy Barrow Williams, a nephew of Clyde who is in his mid-70s, are waging a battle thus far unsuccessfully to bring Bonnie and Clyde together again. So there you go. Now, last year, Williams published a memoir called Growing Up Barrow. Interesting. Historian Brad Disson, who has interviewed Linder and Barrow, is writing a book about the fatal ambush of Bonnie and Clyde, and the sheriff who led the posse told the Post, Buddy and Ray's efforts are still ongoing. Quote, they have not given up, but I think they're skeptical that it will happen anytime soon. They want to honor Bonnie's wishes that she be buried next to Clyde. An official of Crown Hill Cemetery, Dwayne Hughes, confirmed to the Post that Bonnie was still buried there. Several years ago, Hughes had a conversation with Linder and an attorney about having Bonnie reinterred next to Clyde at Western Heights. But Hughes apparently would not accept Linder's claim that she was Bonnie's closest living relative and was also abiding by Bonnie's mother's wish that her daughter not be buried next to Clyde. It was Kevin Costner done did it. God, I hope not. And a member of the group that wants to restore Western Heights recently claimed that Crown Hill does not want Bonnie moved for fear of losing tourism her grave brings. Well, yeah, I mean, why lose the tourism that her grave brings? You know, honoring her dying wish, money you get from tourism. I know Clyde might not even like her anymore. He might be hooked up with, I don't know, some other chick now. Tourists in Dallas continue to visit both grave sites. A visit by local officials last spring found Clyde's grave to be a virtual shrine littered with empty liquor bottles, a marijuana joint, a bullet, and flowers. As you do. Linder was originally named Bonnie Ray Parker when she was born, 5 months after her notorious aunt's death, to Bonnie's oldest brother, Herbert Buster Parker, but changed her birth name to Ray. Ray Linder has never argued that Bonnie and Clyde were anything other than outlaws. In an interview she once gave to a historian, Disson, she asserted, quote, there's no way that they could be condoned or glorified, but they were people. To be buried together was their wish. They went down together. They knew that what the ending was going to be. Once described as, quote, America's most ruthless and kill crazy outlaws, their exploits inspired a slew of books, songs, and films, with stars Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway playing the Desperados in the Academy Award-winning film in 1967, Bonnie and Clyde. They couldn't even get the shoes right? What the hell? It's not that hard, costume actors. The movie glamorized the violent pair and put them on a culture map forever. Both had poor families and little education when they met in January 1930. Bonnie was 19 and Clyde was 20. Bonnie had married at 15 to another criminal and met Clyde when her husband was in prison. As you do. They were quickly mutually obsessed. Again, as you do. You know, gotta love the mainstream media. Even back then, they're like, ill, it's grisly and bloody, but we got it. When her new lover was jailed, she smuggled a gun to him to help him escape. True love. He was recaptured, but by then they were head over heels in love and exchanging passionate letters. He lovingly called her little wife. She was under 5 feet tall and weighed all of 100 pounds, but they never married because she was already married. That would be bigamy. Once out on parole, Clyde and Bonnie began a wild crime spree with their gang's first killing of a storekeeper in April 1932, followed by a series of killings, including of 9 law enforcement officers and at least 4 civilians as they robbed banks, stores, and filing stations. Or no, not filing, filling. In April 1934, wanted coast to coast, they and their gang killed 2 patrolmen in Grapevine, Texas. Then, days later, gunned down a constable and abducted a police chief in Miami, Oklahoma. In May, Frank Hammer, a former Texas Ranger, tracked them to Gibbsland, Louisiana, where they were ambushed before dawn by a posse who hid at the side of the highway and opened fire as the couple's Ford V8 getaway car approached. They were killed instantly. Despite the already widespread glorification of the pair, lawmen paraded their bodies and declared them a pair of human rats with no more decent traits than any rat would have. But back in Texas, thousands turned out for their funerals and the separate burials, which would be undone 90 years on. Or which could be undone 90 years on. In what in the worldness is going on with people? Yeah, not a filing station, but a filling station, a gas station. I know what that is. I just can't read. It's been a long day. Some days are longer than others. Let's see. Never before seen footage shows young girls being rescued from twisted cult run by their gross dads. I'm telling you, CERN broke the time-space continuum. We are stuck in the stupid timeline. I don't know how we get to the more awesome timeline, but somehow we must build a ladder to that one. Newly emerged video footage shows the spine-tingling moment Utah authorities rescued 2 little girls who were stuffed inside blue water barrels at the site of a bizarre doomsday cult led by their gross dads. Filling. And good evening, Samantha Shoelover and Slinky and John Gary and Fredorowski and anyone else who came in. Police found the confused girls, just 7 and 4, in December 2017 as they shivered inside 50-gallon barrels on sparse property used by the Knights of the Crystal Blade. Okay. Body cam footage obtained by Explore With Us YouTube channel shows. There was also a loaded gun on the ground next to the pair. Photos from the scene in Lund show. Quote, "I don't have any pants on," end quote, one of the little girls repeatedly tells the rescuing officers as they try to coax her and the other youngster into a warm vehicle. When the police ask where two of the girl's younger sisters are, they suggest they're also being held in containers. Yes, definite Snake Island candidates. And welcome, JKD Buck. Oh no, you're fine. I'm still getting back onto, I swear, you get one day off, you get a week, one of these weeks that are just a Monday off, and you are off for the rest of the week. They're in a box really far away from us, one of the shivering youngsters said, although the siblings were later found in a trailer. One of the girls was a daughter of the perverted cult's self-proclaimed prophet, Samuel Schaefer, who is serving 26 years to life in prison after pleading guilty to child rape and abuse. Because this face. I mean, I know the U.S. judicial system has its place, but I mean, can't we just let Judge Mo take care of a couple of these guys with Snake Island tickets? And I like Slinky's idea much better. Because, snakes need to have small little bits to eat. All right. Samuel Schaefer, okay, let's see. The younger girl was the daughter of leading disciple John Colthrop, who is serving at least 25 years behind bars for child bigamy. He married two of his children. That's it. Double Snake Island. I'd reanimate them and unalive them again, allegedly in Minecraft. These two gross things are believed to have, can't believe I'm going to have to say this word, married their own youngest daughters, their trials heard. At the time of the dramatic rescue, Colthorpe's two daughters and two sons had been missing since 2017 when their mother filed for divorce and sought custody of the children. Yep. Yeah, these two look stable. The boys, ages 6 and 7, were found safe shortly after police raided the Colts' property in December, but the girls were nowhere to be seen, prompting a nationwide Amber Alert. While Colthorpe was arrested for kidnapping at the scene, Schaefer remained with police under caution, repeatedly refused to say where any of the girls were. Quote, "I'll take his A up in a helicopter and throw him out." This cop has one frustrated cop could be heard saying as authorities struggled to locate the children in the dark of the night. "This cop has my heart. Sir, I don't know who you are, Mr. Police Officer, but you and me, did we just become best friends?" I hate, sirs, you are very lucky that the American justice system protects you from crazy mama bears like me and 97% of the rest of the population. 'Cause, sirs, ugh. And why? After all four girls were rescued from the property, an investigation revealed that Schaefer and Colthorpe were betrothed to some of the young girls. KUTV reported at the time. You are both gross, disgusting pieces of human garbage, and you serve no purpose other than converting oxygen to carbon dioxide, and we already have people to do that. So the sooner you shuffle off this mortal coil, the better I'll be. In other news, it looks like drug makers might be greedy. Shocking, shock and awe. Yes. Believe me, I saw that Explore With Us had a new um body cam footage thing, and I think I saw this one pop up and I didn't even start watching it, but I definitely probably won't be watching it because I will want to drive to Utah. And I have a Ford Transit that seats 10, and I'm just saying we would have look, I no. Yes, I hope that those girls, those boys, all of those kiddos are getting all the help that they need. I mean, I don't know how you recover from something like that. I I don't even ugh. All right, let's go to the next story so I don't have to. I know you don't. But so I don't get, so I don't get orange is the new black for planning on how to, allegedly rescue certain people from a prison to send them to, Snake Island myself. We need to go to a next story, or I'm gonna, like, increase my blood pressure to an unhealthy level. Federal court rejects drug makers' efforts to end lawsuit claiming they delayed more effective HIV treatment for more expensive, less effective drug. My shock. A California appeals court has ruled that a pharmaceutical company can be held legally responsible for slow walking the sale of an effective AIDS drug because its decision may have been made solely to maximize its own profits. Oh, Griff, get out. Out. I'm getting a door with 7 locks, a bio lock, one of those retinal scanners, and like a moat with sharks and lasers. Yes. Yes. Well, he was trying to be pretty good. He was sitting with Fry and putting a blanket on him so, he could feel like he had a friend. But I'm like, could you just for 5 minutes? In a first of its kind ruling, the Florida First District Court of Appeals in San Francisco ruled Tuesday that pharma giant Gilead, oh, for the love of God. Look, big old pharmaceutical, big pharma can be held liable by 2,000 or 24,000 AIDS patients for negligently delaying one drug to maximize profits with a more dangerous alternative. Yes, good idea. I do need to know where. Yes, I think I know how to put little doodads in there now. The drug at issue is tenofovir, Look, TDF, which was the first effective HIV medication and component of the drug marketed under Truvada, TDF was developed in 1991 and approved by the USDA in 2001. TDF is not effective when administered orally, but was known to produce rapid and severe decline in kidney function when injected. Therefore, as part of the FDA approval process, uh, it was the drug company was required to develop an alternative form of the chemical known as a prodrug that could be taken by mouth. Yeah, I mean, it just rolls right off the tongue. It really does. Now, it had also begun developing TAFA, no, TAF, an altogether different, more effective drug that could be taken in lower doses with fewer side effects. Now, according to plaintiffs, the president of the company made a 2011 statement to investors that TAF would be a kinder and gentler version of TDF. However, they stopped development of that kinder, gentler version in 2004. In their lawsuit, plaintiffs who took TDF and suffered skeletal or kidney damage said that the company's decision to discontinue work on TAF was driven by a conscious business strategy to maximize the financial value of the less effective and more problematic drug TDF. Plaintiffs said that the company's strategy yielded over $1 billion in profits just between 2018 and 2020. The company has denied the allegations and has argued that it has been solely motivated by profit. And argued that if it had been solely motivated by profit, it would have actually expedited TAF. The plaintiffs did not sue the company for producing a defective drug in TDF. Rather, they sued for ordinary negligence. They claimed that the company's decision to defer development for TAF solely to maximize its profit amounted to breach of its duty for reasonable care to TDF users. They also raised claims for fraudulent concealment, arguing that the company actively concealed that TAF was safer than TDF. Yes, that is true. Now, the drug company filed for summary judgment and argued while it could have been held liable if its product had been defective, there is no basis to hold it legally responsible for delaying one non-defective drug while offering another. Yeah, I mean, why give people something without really terrible side effects when you know that you can charge them for something with really terrible side effects and then charge them double for things that don't have really terrible side effects? And you wonder why people hate you, Big Pharma. Here's looking at you, kid. You're kind of a schmuck. Justice Jeremy Goldman wrote for a unanimous 3-judge panel of the appellate court and ruled that if TAF was delayed, quote, solely to maximize the company's profit, it could amount to negligence on the company's part. The panel agreed with the drug company that the decision to delay the sale of the safer drug could be made for, quote, morally neutral or even worthy reasons, but said that the court's job was not to evaluate whether there were any blameworthy or negligent reasons for the delay of TAF. When a manufacturer has control over the timing of a safer drug's availability, the decision to delay commercialization might indeed be negligent, said the court. So there you go. Goldman also clarified that the ruling should not be interpreted as one that, quote, requires the pursuit of commercialization at all costs. He elaborated that even if manufacturers might sometimes suffer, quote, failed or wasted efforts as they pursue potentially safer products for longer than they might want, the overall goal is providing safer products. Sir, have you had a drug before, like a pharmaceutical drug? Because have you seen one of them commercials? Because it's like, have you tried uh Jafuss yourself? And then it's like, warning, side effects of Jafuss yourself might be, uncontrollable diarrhea, shaking, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, uncontrollable irritability, inability to sleep, uncontrollable gambling, crying hysterically, eating an entire thing of Ben and Jerry's, then feeling terrible about yourself. And then it has a woman just like smiling into the sunset. So, sir, I labor under no delusion that the drug companies are out to make our world a better place. I don't know where you are, but where I'm from, I'm pretty Fedorowski, then how do you know which cartoon character you're supposed to smoke with? Me too. I never want to see two like semi-middle-aged people in side-by-side bathtubs in the middle of a winery ever again. Ever. Yay! Sleepover at Fed's house. No idea. I know. Ask your doctor about, you know, all sorts of stuff. Those are the stories for tonight. I am going to go check on Friberto. He seems to be napping. He has commandeered, I got a duplicate Sailor Moon blanket for Christmas, and he has decided, oh dear Lord, I have not seen that one, but now I'm going to have to go look that one up on YouTube for science, because what in the actual Schnell? Guys, do not forget, I will be at my date at the dentist tomorrow morning. And so there will not be mornings with Mo and Fry. Hopefully, Fry is feeling better. If not, we will be actually dentist and vet tomorrow, because that's a good thing. And then we will have. Thanks, Eris. That would be awesome. And then I think tomorrow is, let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. So, yes, no mornings with Mo tomorrow. And then Thursday is the oral arguments for the Delphi case. So we've got that. I will try to live stream that, or live stream. I need to get off the air. I've obviously done talking today. Some days you have just all the word whiskers. Oh, that's terrible. I have the Rolly veins and they can never find my vein. I hate when people have to take my blood. Actually, that is the worst part of having the 6 kids I have found, is getting the IV put in. I'm a weirdo though, so don't come to me for any medical advice. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stay warm, stay safe, and, be careful out there. I don't know if we're supposed to get more weather. But then Wednesday evening, I know that David does his legal news, but I was going to try to get some more of the Groves trial in. for the evening, so I might do that depending on where everyone has. I know there's the Gypsy Rose Blanchard that EU and Dolly are doing, so I'm gonna try to wiggle it in somewhere. But we will figure it all out. I will try to get it up on X in the community page as soon as I figure it out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.